Good morning. I'm Mr. Lee.
Hi, I'm Callie Parentoni.
What's poppin'? I'm Lex.
Hey, I'm Mr. Reese.
Well, hello, and welcome to our first installment of Email Etiquette. Why email etiquette? Well, some of us faculty members have noticed in this virtual learning environment, students are doing a quasi good job of reaching out to faculty members. And I say quasi because we've received some emails that, well, they could use a little help. So this is our series today of Email Etiquette, where Mr. Reese and I are going to share with our two participants, Callie and Lex, some emails that we've sent to each other, and they are going to critique these emails and tell us maybe what we could improve on. So Mr. Reese, if you would please bring up one of your emails, or my email to you. Okay. So Lex, Callie, as you read through this, what are some thoughts that you might have?
Well, first of all, there's no address to the person, like, hello, so-and-so, I hope you're doing well. That's just a nice way to greet someone.
Good point, good point.
Too many puns.
Lex, there's never such a thing as too many puns.
I don't know.
All right, all right. So I think you guys are right. There's nothing being addressed there. And yeah, it's a pretty reasonably ridiculous email where I'm not even sure what the person's even asking for.
Well, I don't know either. Can I get credit for this? What?
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Like that.
Our next one. I now will share a screen with you. What do you two think about this?
It is entirely one sentence.
And you spelled when wrong.
Oh,
Dang it.
And also do.
good point. So yeah, some spelling errors there.
Yeah.
What do you notice about the subject line?
The subject line.
That this whole sentence is in the subject line.
Oh.
So yeah, that would be a faux pas. We don't want to. We don't want to see like that type of a message in the subject. It's the subject and not the message.
Oh yeah. I sometimes get that confused.
All right, Mr. Reese, you're up.
Lex, think about it how it is for the teachers to read something like that.
Well,
Just
no,
saying,
I
guys.
don't. Yeah. Probably pretty hard.
I would agree. I would agree.
Same problem, like spelling. Right is the wrong right.
Mm.
And tomorrow is
Tomorrow.
not correct.
I was got and do again. What's up with the do? Need you to write me a letter of recommendation. Just send it my email.
Also, it's not super appropriate in an email to address a teacher by just their last name. A Mr. or a Mrs. would be more appropriate, or a
Yeah.
Miss.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, just be like, yours up.
Anything else that you noticed, Mr. Reese?
It's just saying that you need it immediately instead of giving the person enough time to write this letter of recommendation that you might need, as well as just small punctuation as well. There's no due date for that person to know when this letter is actually needed. It's just saying, hey, do this right now. I know you have nothing else that's more important than me in your life.
Mhm. Yeah. And it's leaving out some important details, like what is the letter of recommendation even for, like which scholarship. And if you're asking for a scholarship, you should probably know that I needs to be capitalized. So just saying. All right, Mr. Reese, I'm going to share. Do you have another one up, or should I share another one?
You can share another one.
All right. All right. What do you have here?
The I needs to be capitalized.
Good work, Callie.
Thank you.
Of the online stuff because
Because
a lot of text etiquette, which I've noticed a lot of.
I think this person needs to work on spelling, capitalizing. They did pretty good with their punctuation in some parts. So
Way to find the highlights, Callie. I appreciate that.
gotta be a little positive.
Oh. Yeah, and the thing about a lot of email programs is they do spell check, so utilize that spell check. And it's emailing and not texting. This might be a good text to your friends, but probably not to Mr. Reese. All right, Mr. Reese, back at you.
All right.
This person did a lot better. For the very last sentence, the college needs that transcript like ASAP. Again, just giving your teachers or whoever you're asking to do something like that for you just the time to do it, and don't put like as much and not ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys notice there's two big things missing? Two big things missing.
Missing the person, like a sincerely kind of thing.
Yeah, it's interesting because obviously this was sent via my work email, so you can see my name up at the top. But if it was like believeat36@hotmail.com, you wouldn't know that it's Brian Lee, right? So it's always wise to make sure you're writing your name in there. Believe it or not, I've received those type of emails where I don't even know who the person is because they haven't signed off with thank you, Brian Lee, Lex Farron, type of thing. Also, what college? Like, I don't know what college to send your transcript to. Like, maybe you just assume that the University of Wyoming is the only four-year institution out there, but college could mean 752 different colleges throughout the region, you know? So that's something to think about.
That's a good point.
All right, Mr. Reese, do you have any more?
I do not.
All right, I do not either. So to wrap up,
On the game show.
what are your big takeaways, Callie and Lex? What can you offer us as faculty members, but also other students of LHS?
To make proper emails, kids.
I think some of the big things are, especially because of the time we're in, just to start off with like, hello, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, I hope you're doing well. And then explain why you're writing the email before you just jump into asking 20 different questions, because that's overwhelming for teachers as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Mr. Reese, anything else?
I would just say, if you are, like, we, of course, as teachers, we want the correspondence, but just also remember that we do have office hours. If you don't feel like emailing, you can always use our office hours to get in contact with us. So if you want to meet face to face, email wise, I would just say to make sure that you're being clear and concise. In a bunch of those emails, you would see that there's 3 different topics going on within an email. Keep it short, keep it concise, keep it polite, and I don't think you can go wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and utilize this time to learn how to write proper emails. We have the time to use spell check. Please capitalize your I. Please capitalize your I's. And it always helps to say thank you, good morning, just stuff like that too. It's just good, and it puts a smile on my face when I receive emails from you all with that stuff in it. So, without further ado, thank you all for your time today, and remember email etiquette.
Thank you.
See ya.
Right.
Stay safe.
Yeah, take care, y'all.
Wash your hands.
Washing hands.